welcome and welcome back to Soft Heart Session. My name is Ari. I'm so excited I'm back again to another episode, and thank you guys for joining. And if this is your first time, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is a session where I really just would like to have a conversation with all of you guys and really talk about anything about life, actually, and about like healing journey. And like it's kind of like a little bit messy, unfiltered, but also I really just want to open up this as a safe space for people to really have a space to listen to me yapping and talk about it. So this topic today, I wasn't too ready to talk about it because it's such a really important journey, but I'm like, you know what? There's today is the day. I don't know why, I just feel like today is the day. And today, I'm going to talk about a topic where nobody really warns me about, but it really is one of the most important things I've done for myself, and it is self-love. And self-love, this whole topic, and also whole like self-healing journey is always like been thrown around a lot. People just like love yourself, self-love and all that, but all I gotta say, it's not that easy. It really isn't, because it's not like self-love for me. Why does it hold dearly to me, and then why am I a little bit scared to talk about it, is simply because I feel like it has changed my life. And I also try not to cry on a video yet. Maybe I would, I don't know. Who knows? Maybe one day I'll just cry on the video. But it really, when I first started my self-love journey, I realized how much I didn't love myself. And it's not about like positive affirmation, at least for my own journey. It wasn't about positive affirmation, but it really was like a confrontation of me looking at myself and realize, oh my goodness, Ari, you have not been loving yourself for the longest time. And I think this lack of self-love comes from trying to people please and trying to really make other people love me rather than me loving myself. And I bet a lot of you guys probably have going through the same situation before, or same experience before, where we tend to overgive to other people, or we put other people's first, and then we get taught that self-loving is a very selfish thing. But in reality, I honestly feel like self-love is what everybody needs to do in this world, because I'm seeing even like in conversation with strangers, actually. Yes, sometimes I do strike up conversation with strangers, or with some of my clients that I do for tarot reading, or even me talking to some of my friends. I realize that there's a common thing that is happening within us, is that we give others and we're very kind to others, but we're very, very critical toward ourselves. And that kind of like, it comes from that kind of like inner voice of like being critical of yourself. And it's hard. And my own journey was really knocking down that inner voice, where it was self-criticizing myself. And I'm still on this journey. I feel like self-love is not an easy task per se. I would say that it's actually one of the easiest things to say, but the hardest thing to do for yourself. Because I think the common thing that I'm seeing from all the conversation that I'm talking to people of is that we constantly seek outside validation for what we should do and should not do for ourselves. So that was hard. That was really, really hard and difficult. And that is like, so I think self-love journey, that kind of leads me into like reframing my own brain and reframing my own inner critic to realize that I need to be kind to myself, and I need to truly just like know why that I didn't love myself. And therefore then I found the roots of what needs to be changed. So in my own personal experience, I didn't know how to love myself, to be absolutely honest. Like, I didn't know. And so I was constantly seeking for friends, hangouts, and like, at the time when I was like dating, I was like constantly seeking my partner's attention or approvals. And I never really know what I really wanted. So when I went on this journey, I was like, oh my God, I didn't know what I want. And I thought I was a very like I know what I want kind of person, but turned out I wasn't. So it started from, I hope this can help some of you guys. So I started from like taking myself on dates and solo dates, artist dates. Definitely inspired by the book The Artist Way. Thanks to my best friends that lended me that book. And I started to practice what does that mean to take myself out, to go to the movies, go eat. And oh my God, the first few hangouts by myself, I was terrified. I didn't know what I was doing, and I feel like people in the restaurant was all judging me. But guess what? 4 years down the road, I I actually love eating by myself in a restaurant because I get to like people watch, and I get to really enjoy my food without just like talking so much and not really paying attention, and really be in that moment of presence. Of course, like, don't get me wrong, there are still moments that I was like, oh, I wish I can share this meal with somebody, but most of the time I started to ask myself, like, Ari, what do you like to do today, and what do you like to eat today? So that comes from a lot of compassion towards myself. And it also, I think self-love also comes from really giving yourself and really understand what you really need. For example, I think like, probably 10 years ago, I would tell myself like, oh my God, I need to hit up every party, every event, just go, 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 nonstop. And it was not sustainable. And now I realize I have my days that I really want to go out, and then I'll go out. But there are days that, even though there are like amazing events that is happening, but I can just feel in my body that I myself needs to rest, then I just kind of stop myself and be like, I should stay home. And that is an act of self-love, and that is an act of really checking in with yourself and ask yourself what you really need at that moment. And hey, I'm not saying that I'm the expert of self-love, but I would say it has changed my life profoundly. Like, I get to understand myself more. I get to know that I'm not just a party girl, not just a party girl, and I actually like my own alone time a lot more actually. So I used to be like, I need to party so much, and then I will have like 1 day downtime, then I'm good. But now it's literally like 2 parties, and then I will be resting for the remaining 5 days. So it's like the opposite, but honestly, it's a way of me understanding myself better, and then it's a way for me to know myself and realize I'm not overextending myself. And there are some moments I'm just like appreciating how much I've done for myself. And it's a never ending journey. I truly believe that. I hope this little sharing of self heart session can make you doing a little bit of self check, and also a realization of like, okay, what do you do for yourself for what you truly love? Like, do you give yourself enough time for resting, or do you give yourself enough time to do the things that you truly love to do, or are you just extending it to everybody else? I really want to end on a note where I truly believe that self-love journey is the hardest one to do, yet it's the most rewarding thing to really practice for yourself and really realize that kind of love for yourself is endless. And when you love yourself so much, then the cup is overflowing, and when it's overflowing, it can start giving it to other people. So instead of being reluctant about giving, we starting to be more giving in that sense. I hope I explained that kind of makes sense. I hope. Yeah, so if you resonate with this session, and I would like to know, what is your self-love journey and what makes you embark on this journey. I would like to know your part of the story. Like, everybody's self-love journey is so different too. So if you can, like, please share your story below if you feel free and feel called to share that. And if you resonate with this, don't forget to click like and subscribe, and don't forget to click the bell button so whenever I upload a video, you will get notified as well. But whoever that watched until this time, thank you, thank you, thank you. I am so grateful for you guys to hear me talk and listen to me just talk about anything. I really appreciate it, and I hope one day this can grow to be a bigger community. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.